What is going on, guys? My name is Brandon and welcome back to the channel where today we are going reacting to the most incredible and scary animal encounters. I wouldn't say I've had my fair share of definitely not incredible, scary, I would say. I've definitely had encounter with animals. I think the most bizarre one has to be Denny, the bitten by a false widow. Definitely that was a close encounter. I guess you could argue it was kind of scary at the time, yeah. But there was an animal that I choose that I actually do get scared of. Honestly, chickens. I don't like chickens. When I was younger, I actually got chased by a whole army, I'm talking loads, at least 20 of chickens. So I didn't know I have any food in my hands. They just kept following me, they just kept chasing after me, and I just don't know why. They just kept finding me and just trying to chase me. And when I grew up, I did an obstacle course, and then I got rugby tackled by people dressed up in massive chicken suits. Full on, four of them just charged at me, rubbed me down to the ground, so I could not do the calls, I was blocked. I couldn't do anything. So now whatever happens, I always stay away from the chickens. Screw the chickens, yeah. Yeah, those are my bizarre encounters with animals, I think, yeah. Not exactly great, but hey ho, we move on. But yeah, let's see these incredible and scary animal encounters.
Hi, it's Katrina. Number 10. Spider horror.
Spider
the Brazilian wandering spider is one of the most dangerous arachnids on the planet. A man named Gil Wisen was unfortunate enough to come across one of these deadly spiders in his bedroom in eastern Ecuador.
How big are they then?
He walked into his room to discover a gigantic wandering spider on the wall with hundreds, maybe thousands of its tiny offspring.
Well, how big is... Okay, that would be scary, but how big is the spider?
They were coming into the room through cracks in the plaster. When Gil looked underneath his bed, he found their nest. The mother laid eggs below his bed, then the baby spiders hatched and started
that would
their
be
life
scary,
by
to be honest,
crawling
yeah.
up his walls. Gil took a photograph,
titled
it The Spider Room, and went on to win the
They're
Wildlife
massive.
Photographer of the Year award for urban wildlife.
Oh,
the
wow.
mother spider was roughly the size of a human hand.
Oh, that's
although
huge.
It
That
appears
is
much
huge.
bigger in the photograph due to the forced perspective. The Brazilian wandering spider can grow to
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
12
That would be
inches
scary
long
seeing
and
that.
delivers a deadly neurotoxic venom.
Oh, good.
It's a good thing Gil was able to capture the spider and get it out of the house, because if not, he could have died.
That is huge. Wait, so they're this big, size of a whole hand, mate. That is terrifying. That is absolutely terrifying. I don't think I've ever seen a spider as big as my hand. Actually, no, saying that, there was actually one time, having my lifetime. Yeah, I was still living here at the time as well, still living in this house, when I was probably about 6 or something. But there was I thought it was a tarantula, but I don't think you can actually get tarantulas in this country. Can you? I don't know. But there was a literally massive, huge, probably actually the size of my hand, massive, humongous spider, hairy and everything. It looked like a tarantula, hence what I thought it was. And it was literally just outside my bedroom door. It was literally just outside the door, on the wall to the side. So mate, I didn't want to leave the room. I don't mind spiders, but when it's that big, mate, I'm not leaving the room, mate. I don't care if it made a whole web across my door. I'm not leaving my room, mate. It was freaking massive. It was literally probably the size of my hand at least. It was massive. Me and my sister, we both saw it at the same time. All we saw was, oh my god, Brandon, oh my god, Beth, look at this, big one. We both slammed the door at exactly the same time. Will was not having it. So it's sad. I don't know how we even got spider out. I think my dad did it. I think so anyway. But yeah, that was the biggest spider encounter I've ever had in my lifetime.
A fatal attack. There was only a single fatal shark attack in America.
Sharks, they come back again.
Out of 51 recorded attacks, mostly in Florida.
Florida,
the only
okay.
one that proved fatal happened
It's
in
always the
Hawaii.
sharks, they always come back to
A woman
me.
from Washington State traveled to Hawaii for what should have been an amazing vacation. She took the opportunity to go snorkeling off the coast of the Big Island near Kiawakapu Point on December 8th. She went with her husband, who was snorkeling only a few feet away, when suddenly he lost track of his wife.
Oh, man.
She wasn't where she had been a second ago, although there was a shark about 50 yards away with blood around its gills. Not the best case scenario for the husband. He sounds pretty suspicious too. Oh yeah, we were snorkeling and then suddenly my wife disappeared. Several days went by before officials finally confirmed that while her husband snorkeled nearby, the woman was attacked and killed by a shark.
Oh,
Eyewitnesses
shit.
came forward
Jesus.
to say they saw the whole thing. The woman was snatched by the
Mad.
shark and dragged away. Moments
Okay, I wasn't
later,
expecting
the
that.
shark appeared in a different spot, feasting on something inside a cloud of murky red water. It's
Okay, you don't have to do
unclear
the
what
animations like
species
that,
of
come on
shark
now.
committed this heinous act. It was likely a tiger shark, although it
Tiger
also
shark.
could have been a bull shark or even a great white. And although this was the only fatal attack in the US in 2022, that wasn't the only
That's recent,
instance
2022
of a
as well.
shark gone wrong. A 17-year-old cheerleader named Addison Bethea had her leg bitten off by a shark while swimming at
mad.
the beach in Florida. And in November, a woman from California almost had the same thing happen at Del Mar Beach in San Diego.
Damn. Mate, stay away from the American seas. Stay away from those seas, definitely. 2022, though, that's recent as well. Jesus, I didn't expect that. That was brutal.
A mountain lion.
Mountain lion.
A teenager in Nevada
Is different.
recently walked away from
Nevada.
a surprise encounter
Let's go
with
to
a
Nevada,
deadly
actually.
mountain lion with nothing but scratches. The girl took her dog for a walk in a small Reno neighborhood on November 10th, 2022. As she walked her dog, she was approached by the ferocious cat. The most shocking part about it was that the cat approached her in a heavily populated neighborhood. This isn't the kind of place where people need to be worried about cougar attacks. Ashley Sanchez from the Nevada Department of Wildlife says mountain lions are extremely elusive and rare to see, so this was a freak event. The exact details of the attack are a little blurry since the teen wasn't interested in talking to reporters. Can you believe
you know
her?
what they're like.
We know that the big cat was likely after her small dog. However, it had to go through the teenager to get at the dog. The mountain lion pounced, tried to swipe the girl with one of its paws, then chickened out and ran away. The girl's screams were enough to frighten the mountain lion off, leaving her and the dog perfectly fine. It was an extremely close encounter that could have turned deadly. In the aftermath of the attack, wildlife officials hunted the mountain lion down and euthanized it for public safety. Still, there are plenty of other big cats lurking in the sparse wilderness of Nevada, and any one of them might come into town at night.
Wait. How the hell does a scream... How's a scream, like, big enough to, like, scare the mountain lion? How? Is that... Surely a scream is not going to scare it off, right? I mean, if it was that loud enough, then fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. It done the job. Like, if you ever see a mountain lion, all you've got to do is scream for your life. Scream for your life. You know, fair play to her for getting away with it. Yeah.
Saved by a bear.
A bear?
On January 22nd, 2019, Casey Lynn Hathaway disappeared in North Carolina from his grandmother's home. The boy was only 3 years old, and the temperature outside was well below freezing. The grandmother freaked out.
Maybe a polar bear then.
The FBI and the Marines stationed at nearby bases got involved in the search. It was a huge ordeal. Local officials, state officials, and ordinary citizens all came out to scour the woods in search of little Casey. He was finally discovered 2 days later in a bush, lethargic and hungry, but otherwise perfectly fine. So, how did such a small child survive in the forest alone for so long? According to the boy, he was saved by a wild bear.
What?
The boy claimed he was taken care of by a bear for 2 full days.
There's no way. There's no way.
The bear kept him warm through the night so that he didn't freeze.
This is no way. No, definitely not.
By predators like wolves.
That's too much of a fairy tale.
We have no idea if this really happened. There was a lot of speculation after the boy was discovered. Some said God sent an angel in disguise as a bear to watch over the child.
Okay, no.
Made this story up because he was traumatized. But wildlife experts admitted there really could have been a bear involved, one whose maternal instinct caused her to protect the boy from the harsh weather and merciless predators.
Mate, you've lost me. There's no way. That is absolute cap. There's no way. A bear is not saving a child. It's swiping it off the platform. It's swiping off the grid. There's no way. I just don't believe it. I just can't fall for that. I can't fall for that. Unless you guys can't say otherwise, I just can't back it up. I just can't. If I encounter it myself and if that happened to me, then I'll believe it. But that's never going to happen, so I'm never going to believe it.
Attack of the Orca. In Portugal, a group of ornery
orca
sank a boat, ripped off its rudder, and nearly killed the people on the vessel. The French sailboat went down in early November 2022 during an unprecedented orca rampage in the region. Since 2020, orcas, also known as killer whales, have been targeting sailboats off the coast of Spain and Portugal. Sometimes the orcas approach the sailboats innocently. Sometimes they attack with extreme prejudice. Nobody seems to know if the orcas are fed up with humans and their annoying boats, or if these have just been freak accidents. Whatever the case, many boats have recently been sunk by the angry animals. The French sailboat in Portugal had 4 passengers on board. They were 14 miles from Viana do Castelo when 6 orca whales surrounded the
Only 4
then,
definitely. It was a big message,
and ripped it off the boat and kept biting until there was a loud crack. The whales purposely bit chunks out of the boat
I could believe that could happen.
To sink. Then they swam away like thieves, fleeing the scene of the crime.
Not like that, but
Nobody was injured during the shocking encounter. A rescue boat arrived quickly enough to save those on board before the boat fully sank. Marine experts believe the pod of killer whales that attacked the sailboat could be the same group responsible for all the attacks over the past almost 3 years. There could be a rogue pod of whales with a vendetta against sailboats.
Okay,
Number 5,
I can back
Rhino
that.
charge. A rhinoceros in India
Whoa.
tried to cross the road and crashed into an oncoming truck. It happened in October 2022 inside the Kaziranga National Park and was amazingly caught on video. The truck was speeding in the Bagar
Do we get to see that
area
video?
when the rhino exploded out of the trees on the roadside and tried to cross the 2 lanes of asphalt. The truck saw the rhinoceros and tried to swerve out of the way, but the rhino kept on running. The rhino crashed into the side of the truck, but the truck kept going. It was difficult to say who hit who. Officials with the forest department intercepted the vehicle and gave the driver a fine for going too fast in rhino territory. Rhinos are considered special, sacred animals in India and are not to be harmed by anyone. Even though the rhino survived, the driver of the truck had to be made an example out of for putting the rhino in danger by driving too fast. Just imagine being on your way to work and having a rhino collide with the side of your vehicle. That would be one exciting
forget that. Forget that. Mate, again, I'm not seeing any proof. I'm not seeing evidence. I can never believe it. Give me evidence. I need some groundbreaking footage. Unless I see footage, I need some evidence. I feel like I'm never going to get that. Never. Pictures, yeah, fair enough. But easily you can be grabbed off the internet, something like that. But videos would like breaking proof of it. Don't give me all these animations. Give me some real footage, real ones. If you said you had a video, so why didn't you show that video? Why didn't you show that? They're probably gonna get hands on it. That's probably why. Yeah.
The rare black leopard. An amateur British photographer had one of the most surprisingly amazing encounters of his life in September of 2022.
All happened in
Steve
2022.
Darling, 74, was on a safari in Kenya when he witnessed an extremely rare black leopard out at night stalking its prey. The leopard wasn't hunting Steve,
That must
but
be
a dick
scary to
antelope.
see at night.
The
Imagine
safari
seeing that.
was Steve's first trip after the lockdown. He was very lucky to witness the elusive leopard in the flesh, while he and the group made their way back to camp. The young female leopard is named Giza, which is the Swahili word for darkness.
Imagine you just see a leopard and you're like Giza, how you doing? You just got out in the woods, you see a leopard and you're like Giza.
Almost impossible to see in the night because her black coat makes her blend in with the darkness of the savannah.
Yeah,
Steve
forget
was never in
that.
any
Never do
danger,
that.
But the antelope Giza
But of course he does
hunting
something like that,
certainly
yeah.
was. Steve was able to watch as the black leopard hunted and killed the antelope, then dragged it up into an acacia tree to eat. When she finished her meal after about 2 hours, the leopard climbed down from the tree and melted away into the night.
So long,
Number 3,
Giza.
the bull elk's harem. In October 2022, in
Why are they all
Estes Park,
2022?
Colorado, a clueless
Jeez,
tourist
a lot
got
happened
on
in
the wrong
2022.
side of a bull elk and nearly paid for the mistake with his life. This guy narrowly avoided disaster with the massive animal who was protecting his harem. Another visitor to the park, Megan Foster, captured the unpleasant encounter on video and uploaded it online.
And?
Too many people in the park had
gonna
crowded
see
the
that?
gigantic bull elk,
Upload it online,
frantically
yeah?
taking pictures of the normally quiet and docile animal. But this was in the middle of mating season, when bull elk defend their females from
That was probably
rival
it.
bulls who
That was probably
want a
it.
piece of the action. These bulls compete for dominance
Okay, there we
by
go.
fighting with their massive antlers. It's an exciting thing to witness, but only from a safe distance. The
Yeah.
National Park Service recommends staying far enough away that you need to use binoculars to watch. These tourists were not standing far enough away, and one of them got way too close.
Oh, wow.
He irritated the elk so bad that it pretended to charge him, psyching the guy out and causing him to fall over. The man was able to get up and give the animal the space it needed,
Jesus.
but he just about wound up getting gored by the elk's horns.
Okay, fair enough.
Mauled
Fair enough,
in
yeah.
the backyard. A
The what?
woman in Vermont was mauled by a bear in her own backyard one late night
What is
in
that?
November 2022.
Bro, they're all happening in November 2022. Every single encounter, I swear to God, has been in November. I swear to God. Wait, what is so bad about November? Why is it all November? I don't know. What is it about November last year? What happened, man? Like, what's going on here?
It was a little before 10 in the town of Winhall when Sarah Deedle, 43 years old, let her
Mate,
Shih
the fact
Tzu
all these
outside
encounters
to
happening
do its
basically
business.
in
Her
the same
tiny
month.
dog
That's
then
mad.
chased a bear cub that was in the yard with its
So what are
mother
these
straight up a
things?
tree, causing the mama bear to get really mad. The mama bear came
Never
charging
seen
out
these
of the
before.
dark and tackled Sarah, who had just been trying to figure out what in the world was happening. The bear grabbed hold of her and was ready to tear her apart when her friend clobbered the beast over the head with a flashlight.
See, that I
Robert
can't
was able
believe.
to pull Sarah
It's
into
a
the
bear.
house just seconds before the bear charged at the door and tried to rip it off its hinges.
Jesus,
So I
that
saw
I
your
can't believe.
profile.
Robert managed to slam the door in the bear's face before it could get inside.
Jesus.
And although Sarah had to receive 15 staples in her scalp, she
Oh.
walked away from the terrifying encounter
Jesus.
with her life. She also suffered a mangled
Oh,
hand
poor
and
her.
many cuts
Oh,
to
it was
her
in her
face
head.
and abdomen. According
Ah.
to the Vermont Fish and
Ah.
Wildlife Department, bear sightings in Vermont have reached the highest ever recorded. Officials are strongly urging citizens to make sure their yards are lit at night before they let their pets out, and to not leave any food outside that might attract
course, yeah.
hungry bears.
See, that I can't believe. Like, a bear, like, was about to rip her apart. So how the hell are you telling me, like, another different bear is protecting a child? How can you tell me that? You just can't. You just can't. Alright, here we go, the
Monster
finale, come on.
octopus. A Hawaiian fisherman just broke a 20-year record for catching a monstrous octopus. Michael Matsunaga, a
Let me guess,
local
see
from the
giant
island
squid
of
fins?
Oahu, caught the octopus on the morning of August 30th, 2022 in Turtle Bay. He was practicing something called bottom fishing, which is when you drop your bait all the way to the bottom of the water to
Yeah.
try and snag fish near the sea floor. Michael was fishing at 400 feet. There was a brief struggle to get the creature onto his boat, and then an even bigger struggle with the creature in his boat. With
Jesus.
its 8 arms, the gigantic octopus refused to stay still. Michael eventually got it into a cooler,
Oh, wow.
but the thing kept forcing its way out and trying to escape. In the end, Michael got the preposterously massive sea monster back to shore. It was weighed using an official scale at 25.95 pounds. That
Jesus.
is the state record in Hawaii for the biggest octopus ever captured.
Wow,
The
okay, fair
previous
enough.
record was almost 7 pounds lighter, showing just how beastly this 8-legged cephalopod really
That's a pretty cool
was.
one, to be fair.
Sadly for the oversized octopus, Michael told reporters he was planning to boil it in beer one leg at a time.
What?
Keep
No,
in
I
mind
can't do
just
that.
because the octopus was the biggest
No,
ever
it's let it
caught
be,
in
man.
Hawaii doesn't make it the biggest in the world. The much larger, giant Pacific octopus weighs
That's definitely
over
way larger,
600
yeah.
pounds and can grow to be 30 feet across.
Jesus.
Thanks for
So what year did this
and
happen
to
then?
not leave
Okay, this was August, but yeah, still 2022. Literally, 2022 is when literally all this happened. It all happened in a year. That's actually mad. You know what though? There were some pretty interesting stories behind that. There were definitely some incredible encounters, definitely scary ones as well. Some of them definitely don't believe, like the bear protecting a child. Just can't believe that. I just cannot believe that. I think the first one, the spider one, was definitely my favourite. That one would most likely to happen out of all of them. Like that one's definitely going to happen in your house at some point. When I had my terrifying spider encounter with a massive looking tarantula, mate, that was honestly so terrifying. But yes, guys, let me know in the comments below what was your most terrifying animal encounter you've ever had in your lifetime. Yeah, that one's my one.